This is a Back to the Basics brief. It is June 24th, 2020. The source that you will be hearing is from Jazeera English live on their YouTube page. This Back to the Basics brief will focus mostly on the COVID-19.
From the line of control that separates Pakistani and Indian administered Kashmir, and not to forget also that now Nepal is also raising territorial disputes with India after that vote in their parliament. So Pakistan obviously reciprocating in what is considered a quid pro quo. India, of course, accusing the Pakistani diplomats of espionage and also keeping links with terrorist organizations, which Pakistan denies.
Iraq is seeing an unprecedented rise in the number of coronavirus infections as doctors warn the health system is close to collapse. 32,000 cases have been reported so far, and government ministers say the peak is yet to come. Simona Faltin reports from Baghdad.
10 days after the government decided to partly ease the curfew in Iraq, the rate of COVID-19 infections is rising, with more than 1,800 new cases recorded a day.
The last few days saw an unprecedented increase in the number of new infections, which suggests that the situation in Iraq is about to reach its peak.
Officials and doctors have warned that Iraq's health system is nearing collapse. Field clinics are being opened to cope with the growing number of patients. A charity helped set up this temporary hospital at Baghdad International Fair. Iraq's health sector has been chronically underfunded, and the latest fiscal crisis has made matters even worse. Doctors say they lack medical supplies, including protective gear, and according to the ministry...
Remind you, there is a global shortage of PPE, personal protective equipment.
Ministry of Health, hundreds have fallen sick. But on the streets of Baghdad, life appears to go on as normal. Many Iraqis don't observe social distancing or the requirement to wear masks in public. Some blame the government for not doing more to help Iraqis comply with government measures.
The health ministry is not making too much effort. They didn't provide people with gloves or masks. There are people who don't have any money to afford them.
There's almost no government support for small businesses hit hard by the pandemic, and while many shop owners say they can't afford to stay home, this juice bar owner wants a full lockdown to contain the virus, but one that is enforced equally and without favor.
To fight corona, we demand the government to impose a proper curfew for 15 days. Close all the roads, don't let anyone go out. At the moment, everyone has a special badge and they go around as they wish, or they pretend they're getting medicine. Everyone has a special badge and they go around as they wish, or they pretend they're getting medicine while they have no disease.
Despite the increasing cases, the government appears to want to ease travel restrictions.
Did you just hear what that young lady said? Despite the spike in cases, their own government, the Iraqi government, wants to ease travel restrictions. Can you imagine that? Talk about crimes against humanity.
Operations are underway at Baghdad International Airport to resume flights.
In the beginning, we will open up internal flights, and hopefully, once we can deal with the virus, we will open up the entire airspace.
Once that they can deal with the virus. So why are you opening when you haven't dealt with the virus?
When the passengers depart, we will examine their temperatures and we will sterilize them in special tunnels before they enter the halls.
Reopening would give a boost to Iraq's ailing economy, but many fear it could further deepen a health crisis that the government is struggling to contain.
All about the economy. Shameful.
Saltine, Al Jazeera, Baghdad.
America's top infectious diseases expert is warning the next few weeks will be critical in controlling what he calls a disturbing surge in coronavirus infections. Anthony Fauci testified in Congress about the White House response to the emergency. He contradicted President Donald Trump by saying he's not been told to slow down testing.
So again, we are seeing a contradiction from Dr. Fauci and POTUS, the President of the United States. Interesting. So we got the medical expert saying one thing and the President of the United States saying another.
Rosalind Jordan reports.
Saturday night in Tulsa, no masks required. Donald Trump used his first campaign rally since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic to talk about a spike in cases in the South and the West.
When you do testing to that extent, you're going to find more people, you're going to find more cases. So I said to my people, slow the testing down, please.
And even though several Trump campaign workers and 2 Secret Service agents tested positive for COVID-19, the president stuck to his call while heading to his next campaign rally on Tuesday.
Mr. President, at that rally, when you said you asked your people to slow down testing, were you just kidding, or do you have a plan to slow down testing?
I don't kid. Let me just tell you, let me make it clear. We have got the greatest testing program anywhere in the world. We test better than anybody in the world.
First of all, the country who has tested all of its 60 million people is Senegal. Yes, Senegal, the West African country. Or should I say a West African country. Senegal has tested all 60 million of its citizens. Senegal has also has a $1 diagnostic COVID-19 test, which is actually more accurate than the testing kits that are, I do believe, from Germany. So Senegal, if I am not mistaken, has beat everybody when it comes to testing for COVID-19. Let's get it right. I've already covered this in a previous Back to the Basics brief.
Our tests are the best in the world, and we have the most of them. By having more tests, we find more cases.
Less than an hour later on Capitol Hill, a hearing about the White House response. Members of Trump's coronavirus task force said there could be a viable vaccine by the end of this year, but they disagreed with the president's view on testing.
There could be a vaccine by the end of this year. I am still researching when it comes to vaccines. On average, it takes 10 years as it refers to the whole process of even, creating a vaccine. And if the process is expedited, probably 6 years. But again, I'm still researching. So could it be that somebody that this could have been the process for a vaccine could have been started way ahead of time. They say that COVID-19 has been around, so they say, since 1965. However, it has mutated since then. And this is where there is a slippery slope. You see, there's a lot of people pushing for vaccines. Well, here's the problem. If a virus is mutating, then whatever vaccine that we may or may not have by the end of 2020, or we may see a vaccine in 2021, may see a vaccine in 2021, who's to say that by the time the vaccine comes out, becomes available, that the virus would have mutated? You see, these are things that we must think about. It's real easy to say, oh, the vaccine is the definitive, answer. Is it? So that means that I shouldn't be exercising, I shouldn't be eating fruits and vegetables and drinking water and boosting my immune system with vitamin C, echinacea. I should be doing those things. What I'm trying to say is that I believe people must think for themselves at this time. The answer, there's more than one answer. To COVID-19. It's not just social distancing or wearing a mask or boosting your immune system. I do believe it's all of those things. But to say that, the vaccine is just there's many things. Something like this comes up. Hey, I do believe that we should be using all the tools that are available to us, not just waiting for a vaccine. Because in the meantime, look what is happening.
I know for sure, but to my knowledge, none of us have ever been told to slow down on testing. That just is a fact. In fact, we will be doing more testing.
Dr. Anthony Fauci and his colleagues testified the pandemic is not over after 3 months of stay-at-home policies and now ongoing anti-racism protests. Fauci urged people to stay vigilant.
And as you wear a mask and you're in a situation where you're getting animated in a demonstration or in a rally or wherever you are, avoid as best as possible the urge to pull your mask down and shout.
More than 3 months into the public health crisis, and there's still a confusing message coming from the highest levels of the U.S. government. Rosalind Jordan, Al Jazeera, Washington.
Celebrations are being held.
Again, this is a Back to the Basic brief. I was just here looking at the news, what's going on in the news. There were also some other things that were going on, but I just wanted to shine a little light over on what's going on in Iraq. And it shows that it doesn't matter what government system it is. It seems the economy takes precedence over the people and their health. And then we see at at POTUS's rally that they were not required to wear masks at President Trump's campaign rally. Let's make America great again. We see him say, I told my people to slow down testing, but Dr. Fauci said, no, we're going to do more testing. Again, this is a Back to the Basics brief. I encourage those who are listening to draw your own conclusions. Think for yourself. That's all I encourage you to do. I will say this, that none of my statements are endorsed by the United States Army, Department of Defense, and or military branch, element, or government entity. I love you as a sister. May the Most High be with you to protect you, lead, and guide your footsteps this day. June 24th, 2020. The audio that you have just listened to is taken from Jazeera English live on their YouTube page. I do not steal, plagiarize, or copyright infringe. All the credit goes to Jazeera English. I'm just simply, doing my own commentary on it. But again, none of my statements are endorsed by the United States Army, Department of Defense, and or military branch, element, or government entity. I'm gone.